As it turns out, creepers are a gigantic pain in the ass. Oh no, no. Oh my. Yep, I lost the last hardcore world while filming a new episode. So today we are starting off from scratch in a brand new world full of all the recent Minecraft updates. This means we'll now have access to all the new mob variants, the new blocks, along with the Pale Garden. Today's goal is to build the perfect starter base that will have everything I need, including a wall to keep these out, along with acquiring enough diamonds for a full set of tools and armor. The seed and base coordinates will be in the description, along with a link to my Patreon, where you can find the world download after today's episode, along with much more. Anyways, let's get on to today's episode. Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And here we are in a brand new Minecraft world on the 1.21.5 update, which is so damn cool because I don't know if you just saw that cow right over there. It has the brand new texture. Yeah, look at this dude. He's got some horns. He's brown. And the chickens. Oh, it's so cool. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and collect up a little bit of wood. Using these logs, I can craft a bunch of jungle planks, along with a couple sticks and a crafting table, which will then allow me to make a wooden sword so I can kill mobs a little quicker, along with a pickaxe. Actually, you know what? I'm going to dig down a little bit to collect up some stone so I can craft some stone tools. Using my new stone sword, I'm going to go ahead and slaughter a whole bunch of these animals so I can get myself some food, because food is going to be very important. So obviously, as you guys know, I don't starve. Oh, I just noticed we have an abandoned nether portal right over here. Hopefully there's some good loot in the chest. Normally it's complete trash, but hey, that's not bad. We got a ton of iron nuggets, and I didn't know lodestone spawn in these chests. I'm gonna go ahead and grab everything else. The golden hoe sucks, and the golden chest plate isn't great, but it's still a little piece of armor. Oh, and you know, there's also a gold block up there, but I can't harvest it. But what I can do is actually throw my crafting table down, craft all of those nuggets into ingots, and make myself one iron pickaxe, which will then allow me to harvest this gold block. Some days I'm smarter than others, and today seems like one of those days. Now, I'm not gonna build in this area because I honestly don't love jungles and it totally with my frame rate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some bamboo that I can take with me, along with some cocoa beans so I can have them to never craft cookies, because I never ever do that. The next goal is going to be finding some sheep to get a little bit of wool so I can craft a bed, because I'd really love to be able to sleep through the first night, since I suck at PvP. And perfect, we have 4 sheep right here. And even more over there, which I don't need the wool from them, but I want the food. Nice, plenty of food. Yeah, 10 raw mutton, and I'm quickly losing my hunger, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make myself a furnace and start cooking up some of this food. Does this cave have any iron in it? No, it doesn't look like it, but we do have a little bit of coal, which I am definitely gonna take. And you know what? I'm still waiting for the food to cook up, so I'm gonna go ahead and slaughter even more animals. Give me your food, buddy. Ooh, and these are the bush plants. Oh, these are so cool looking. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun to build with. I know there's firefly bushes also. I haven't seen any quite yet. Is our food done smelting yet? Oh, there we go. Now it's all finished up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that right there and get my furnace and crafting table. Definitely gonna grab the sugarcane because I wanna get a farm set up pretty quickly so I can get enchanted tools early on in this world. Oh my God, there's a goddamn car alarm going off right now. Really. Off to a bad start so far. And I think I've found the place that we're gonna build our home. This is so cool. Is that an island out there too? Oh, that is like exactly what I'm looking for, is a small island in a body of water. I feel like that. Oh, actually, you know what? I need my bed. The mobs are gonna start spawning soon because it looks like nighttime. Nope, not quite yet. Let me sleep. And I can sleep. There we go. Anyways, as I was saying, I feel like an island is gonna be the perfect spot to live on in a hardcore world, because as long as I get the island all lit up, mobs aren't gonna be able to spawn on it, and they're not really gonna be able to, like, you know, come attack me because they have to cross water. And as far as I know, most mobs in the game suck at swimming. I mean, zombies don't even know how to swim. I'm pretty sure they just like literally sink to the bottom of water. I'm not even picking these up. I need to throw something. What do I not need? I'll get rid of the planks. Oh yeah, dude, this place is freaking sick. It's like not too big of an island, but not too small. I mean, I guess we can get a better view from right there. Yeah, that's like, yeah, it could be a little bit bigger, but honestly, I'm not going to complain too much because we can always just go ahead and expand it out right over here and kind of just expand it in every single direction. Yeah, you know what? This is going to become home base. Can I even? No, I can't make a chest. That's okay though. A couple logs will solve my problem by just doing that and then doing that and then doing that. And now we got ourselves a double chest, which I can unload all of this junk into. Although I'm not gonna quit exploring just yet because I want to try maybe finding a village because I would really like to actually wait, I want to make a boat. Never mind. Wait, yeah, I can't even make a boat. I don't have any wood on me. I just used it to make a chest. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to swim like a goddamn peasant, but that's okay. As I was saying, I would really like to be able to get all of the crops like carrots, potatoes, and even wheat, which that one's easy to get. And villages obviously usually have fields inside of them that have all of those goodies. They also might have a blacksmith, which could have diamonds and other loot, and there's also other chests with more loot. Sorry if I sound like an idiot. I kind of am. What are those? Are those? Oh my goodness, I thought those things were mushrooms because they kind of have like a red tone to them, but I think they're just normal cows. Yeah, they're normal. Don't run from me. Don't run from me. Little bit more sugarcane, definitely gonna take that. Dude, this update is so cool. The fallen trees with the mushrooms on them is like, it's just so much more realistic. Anyways, we got a village right over here. Does it have a blacksmith maybe? Yeah, we got a blacksmith. Hell yeah, dude. I feel like blacksmiths never be spawning in villages anymore. What are you doing? Oh, I thought I could juke him out. Thank God he doesn't have a trident, because that, yeah, that would have not ended well. All right, blacksmith, please have something good inside of here. Let's check it out, and we got, oh, it's all crap. Besides the bundle, bundle's cool. Any other chest? Yep, we got one right. Can I open that? Why can't? Oh, there we go. We got some paper and some empty maps. No chest in there. There should be one in here. Nope, that's the smithing house. Oh, and you know what? If I get a few pieces of dirt and do something, nope. Oh, God damn it. A little something like that, and then I can take this guy out, and oh my God, he has 100 hearts. This is gonna, can you see me? This is gonna take a minute. And now we can collect up our iron that probably, yeah, you know, never mind. We're gonna ignore how I got that iron. As any proper Minecraft player would do, I went ahead and spent the next couple minutes exploring around this village, looting everything I can, giving these villagers absolutely no future in this world that they're gonna be able to survive. Oh, hell yeah, is this a mason's house? Yes, it is. Okay, we can get the stone cutter. Nice, that is a good thing to have. And before I actually head out, I wanna collect up all those hay bales. I just don't remember where they were. Ah, there they are. Oh my God, look, it's a little man. Little man. Look how little he is. Little man. Dude, what? Wait, are axes a one-hit on mobs? Oh, that's so weird. I could have sworn. Yeah, look at that. An axe is a one-hit, but a sword is not. I never knew that was a thing, that it was like the axes did more damage on passive mobs. It might, oh my God, this is gonna be sorry. It might not do more damage. I don't know. I did see a little bit of coal down here though, which I want to grab. Was that really all? Just 3 pieces of coal, or is it? Oh, it's right over here. And you know, I think that's really all this village has to offer. I've gone through all of it. I remember seeing more hay bales, but I can't. Oh, I'm such an idiot. They're right here. Oh, and you know, before I leave, I probably should take the grindstone along with the 2 furnaces because it'll save me from crafting 2 furnaces and a grind. Yeah, you know. Anyways, the sun is beginning to set, so I'm gonna go ahead and sleep through the night. Damn, baby, and just like that, we are on to day... Would this be day 2 or day 3? Because you start... It's day 2, yeah, because you start on day 0. Anyways, now that I have a whole bunch of junk, which some of it good, some of it not so good, I'm gonna go ahead and make my way back to the island that we are probably gonna call home after I kill more animals, because I'm just a fucking menace in this world. You home sweet home, which doesn't really feel like home and also isn't very sweet. I want that sapling. Get all this crap out of my inventory. What made that noise? Oh, that is so cool. The bell makes that noise. Okay, but that's not a part of an update or anything. That's a part of a resource pack I have added in. Anyways, I want to take a few of these saplings I just collected and throw them down so we can get a little bit of tree growth on this island. I'm also going to use 2 of those pieces of iron. Do I not? I still don't have a piece of wood, really? Or any sticks? Now I do, so I can craft planks, a couple sticks, and then an iron sword. And then I also want to take my furnaces, some of this coal, and all of that food I collected up so I can start cooking it up. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. I can't cook the mutton just yet because I don't have another furnace, and I'm not going to waste my stone on doing that. I am going to throw my stone cutter right there. And then using the golden hoe and the potatoes I was able to get from the village, I want to set up a little farm on the water right here, which isn't going to be anything big. I just want this stuff to start growing because it takes so damn long. I also have a crap load of sugarcane, so I'm just going to run it along the entire shoreline of the island. And dude, this place is feeling like home now. We got our sugarcane, we got our crops, we got a few furnaces, a chest, a stone cutter, a crafting. It's home. It's home. Okay, bye now. Just kidding. We got a lot to do before the end of this first episode. It's honestly gonna be probably one of the more important episodes because I want to make sure I give myself like a proper start in this world. So from then that point on, everything should be a little easier and a little cooler. And also, I feel like this should do damage when I stand on top of it. Like in the crate mod, the sawmill does damage, but this one doesn't. Like imagine the torturing devices you could make. Like your friends just go into it or a tree grew. All right, enough screwing around here. I also want to go grab these alliumums. What are they called? Lilacs. Why did I say, you know, just ignore it completely. I want to grab all of these because I do like detailing with these 2 high flowers. Then is there any other cool around us that I can, you know, collect? Doesn't seem so. Put that stuff away. And how's our food looking? We got lots of food. Oh, the chicken's all done. So I'm actually, you know, yeah, I want to throw the mutton in. Yeah, we are going to have such a good start here. We have a ton of food. And I still don't really know what to, like, do the lodestones do anything? I'm pretty sure they have something to do with respawning in the nether, maybe? Not quite sure, though. Go ahead and throw these cocoa beans on the tree to get them growing. And, yeah, I guess we should move on to maybe, like, finding a cave with some iron in it so we can actually get, like, a full suit of iron armor along with a full set of iron tools. So using a couple of wooden planks and one of those 2 pieces of iron I had, I made myself a shield, along with stealing my coal out of the furnaces and using some sticks to craft a whole bunch of torches. And now if I die, you guys can't give me any in the comments because I did craft myself a shield. Anyways, I need to go ahead and find a cave entrance. I remember seeing some caves over this way in the savannah, but honestly, you never know if it's actually going to be a good cave or just one of those ones that goes down like 10 blocks and then just ends. I guess we are just going to have to find out. See, I mean, that looks like a promising cave, but there's a good chance it's probably not. Okay, this might be promising. Nope, just a water cave. I went ahead and spent quite a while looking for a cave because pretty much all of the ones I was coming across just came to a dead end shortly after they dropped down into the world. But eventually I did come across a cave that looked pretty promising. Okay, this is looking good. I do wish I now had a water bucket. Oh, is that a bat? Do I go for it? Oh, are those diamonds? Oh my God, those are diamonds. No, do not push me into the cave, you ass. All right, I'm going for it. This could be horribly dumb, but I'm going for it. Woo! Ooh, I made it. Okay. And we got more diamonds right there. Okay. If I had just died from that jump, I would have been so pissed off at myself, but I didn't die. Oh, we got a zombie right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and start lighting things up, I guess. Got a skeleton up there. I really don't like walking this close to the lava, but I kind of have to. Oh, God. Get out of here. Yeah, take that. All right, this cave's looking pretty cool so far. We got a, come on, we got a geode right over there too, which doesn't really matter to me because I never use things like amethyst. Oh my God, dude, just coming around the corner. Okay, got him. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a second to light this whole cave up so I don't have to deal with any more mobs. I have pretty much this entire portion of the cave lit up with torches. I don't really feel a need to put any over here just because it's water on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and start collecting up a lot of this iron. And I definitely want to get those diamonds. I just might forget about it. Oh my God, this is going to take so long to mine this. Can I place a block right here? Yeah, I can. I just need to get rid of that block and then I can harvest this stuff up. Oh my God, I don't know what just happened, but I just ended up in the lava. And oh, that's what, oh my God, that did so much damage. He knocked me into the lava with his arrow. I'm just gonna stand back over here. All right, let's deal with him. How did he hit me? I have my shield up. I also, of course, didn't bring any wood with me, so I can't make any, oh no. I can't make any doors or anything to mine these diamonds underwater easier. I'm just gonna have to probably do one by one, maybe? Oh yeah, this is gonna take forever. Yep, but there's one diamond. Gotta catch my breath and then go back under to mine another one. That took so freaking long, but at least now we're up to 12 diamonds, so I guess I really shouldn't be complaining at all. Dude, I can't believe that was an 8-pack right there. I feel like I never see those anymore. We also have some more diamonds right over there, and even more, I think, down this way? Nope, of course, it's freaking glow lichen. I just don't know really how I'm gonna get these ones because I'm spending so much time losing bubbles just swimming down here. I'm gonna try and go for it. I'm gonna take a lot of damage here. Okay, come on, hurry up. We got that one, and then get me back up to the the surface, please. I think that was only a single pack, though. Yeah, I think that was just one. Okay, back up to the surface. Oh, I forgot. I can crouch on top of these. Okay, I might have a solution here. All right, I can sit right here on top of the magma block so I don't lose any bubbles, and I can mine the rest of this stuff underwater. It is going to take so long, though. It is insane. Oh, we got a 5-pack right here. That's cool. I'm like extremely happy about having 21 diamonds, but I still do want to collect up some more iron because I do want to be able to craft lanterns and stuff when it comes to building our starter house. There just doesn't seem to be that much iron down here, actually. Yeah, like so much redstone, so much copper, not much iron. So more diamonds, though. I mean, I'm not going to turn those down. Come on now. Like, where is all the iron? Come on, just a little bit more, please. Oh, more diamonds. Oh my God. Oh, no. Oh, I lost that. Oh, that's so sad. That is so sad. I think I lost 2 of them. We got more up there, but I don't really have any torches left. I've never been able to say this before, but I have gotten more diamonds than I have iron because I only have 12 raw iron right now. Okay, we got a few pieces right up there. Of course, it was just 2, but that's better than 1. Here we go. Now it looks like we're going to start getting a little... Oh, that's an Enderman that I almost just looked dead in the eyes of. That would have been horrible. Luckily, this next portion of the cave that I made my way into had much more iron than the previous part of it. I mean, I'm not like complaining that I ended up with so many diamonds so quickly. It just, I do really want to have iron because I really like using lanterns when it comes to my builds, along with even using some iron bars on this starter house. You know, 29 diamonds and 59 raw iron is probably more than enough for now. Oh, what's up there, brother? Yep, you can go ahead and, yep, thank you. As I was saying, though, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, it's so tempting to go get that, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Wait a second. We have a mine shaft. Oh my God, with even more diamonds. Okay, no. I need to leave. I want to leave because my pickaxe is nearly broken. And honestly, I want to get back up to the surface so we can get started with our first house. It was actually quite the pain to get out of this cave because there's no water streams to swim up, along with me not having any building blocks to build up. Although I did see a small slime spawn in, and then he jumped from this cave to his death, which was quite the thing to watch. Anyways, I used the rest of my pickaxe's health to gather as many blocks as possible and tried building up to the surface. And I guess this is my only way to get out, is break stone with my bare hand now. This is gonna be so brutal. I need to go up another 20. Oh wait. Oh no. I can go break some of the wood down in that mine shaft and make myself a crafting table along with a new pickaxe. 6 pieces should be more than enough to make 1 crafting table, a couple sticks, and then, you know, since I can, I'm just gonna get myself a diamond pickaxe, because why not? I would still continue to mine now that I have a new pickaxe, but honestly, I don't have any more torches. So yeah, I'm still just gonna go back up to the surface anyways. Oh, sweet. I was about to say sweet sunlight, how I've missed you. And of course, it's raining, dude. It's raining? You have got to be kidding. Or is it? I don't even know if it's raining. Maybe this is just what this biome, yeah, it's like super foggy. I don't know. Now, the real question is, where the hell is my home? Or at least the island I call home. No fear. I think it's right over here. Yeah, there's the island. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw all of this new iron into this furnace. I'm actually gonna take half that coal so I can also smelt up this gold I got, and then just empty out the rest of my inventory. I also want to get myself a couple of logs real quick from the tree on the island, which oh no, some of them are starting to grow in, because I actually want to craft all of these into planks and then craft a decent amount of sticks, and now I can get a full set of diamond tools, which is freaking insane, you know. And since I have the leftover diamonds, I'm gonna make myself a hoe, because who doesn't love a good old diamond hoe? Yep, I got hoes. A diamond hoe. Anyways, moving on, I want to go ahead and get started on this island transformation, because right now our island needs to be a little bit bigger and also somewhat cleaner. So I went ahead and made my way over to the nearby savanna so I can take a massive chunk out of the land, collecting up about 10 to 12 stacks of dirt. Now that we have a decent amount of dirt, I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping down all of these trees and cleaning up a few of my farms, which should give me a nice open area to start expanding this thing out and figuring out the dimensions I want it to be. Overall, I want there to be more than just a starter house on this island. I want it to consist of 3 structures in total, one of those being our main house, one of them being a nice furnace house, along with another building for horse stables. And in between all of that in the open land, I want to fill it all in with fields and also maybe a bamboo farm and sugarcane farm. I have all of our crops and sugarcane now out of the way and placed over on the piece of land that I just removed all the dirt from, but I'm not exactly sure what to do with my chest and my crafting situation, because I do want them to be somewhat close by since I am going to be using them. So using a little bit of the dirt I collected, I'm just going to go out into the middle of the water and build a small little platform, which can be my storage and crafting solution. This is definitely going to be temporary because it looks like home sweet home, baby. It's looking good. We got our little raft here made out of dirt. Just kidding. It looks so damn bad, but it should get the job done. Although I am going to take a little bit of dirt and build a bridge going to the island because it takes forever swimming from there to there. Yeah, that should work for now. Moving on, I grabbed all of the dirt out of my chest so I can begin terraforming and transforming this island into something I actually really like. It's not that I don't like how the island looks so far, it's just I feel like it needs to be a little bit bigger and have a better shape to it, because right now it's sort of just a large oval. Besides just adding dirt to the island making it bigger, I also wanted to clean it up, so I went ahead and got rid of every single piece of tall grass on the island, along with replacing all of the sand with dirt and all of the gravel with dirt too. I went through a few different iterations when it came to the shape of this island because I really want to get this right on the first try, rather than having to come back later and keep touching things up until I'm happy with it. Although after 3 days of work, I was able to get the island to a point which I felt pretty good about. I cannot believe my shovel actually survived that. I really thought it was going to break. Anyways, before I can go ahead and start building this house, I'm gonna need some spruce logs. And as of right now, I have no idea where any spruce trees are, considering almost every biome surrounding us is a warm climate biome, which isn't necessarily a great start. So grabbing a little bit of wood, I actually want to go ahead and make myself one boat real quick. And I also want to grab my bundles. Oh, shoot, oh, how do I get those out again? What do I do? Wait, like that? Yeah, that's how I get it out. Still learning how to use those things. They're kind of confusing, actually. All right, enough fooling around, though. I actually want to go ahead and try finding myself a river, which there happens to be a pretty big one right here. Actually, this might be an ocean, but I think it does turn into a river. And I'm just going to go ahead and sail down the river until I either find an open ocean or a biome that has spruce inside of it. I genuinely was a little concerned that this was going to be one of those worlds where every single biome was going to be a warm one, and I wasn't going to be able to find spruce until I was 5,000 or 10,000 blocks away from spawn. Thank God, though, once I did make my way into an open ocean, I kind of just traveled in a straight line for 1,000 blocks, and I ended up coming across a spruce biome. Oh, and is that what I think it is? It is spruce trees. Okay, that's not too bad at all. We traveled about 2,500 blocks, which honestly is not too bad considering I've probably traveled upwards of 5,000 blocks in the past to get some spruce wood. Oh, and even better, we have some of the large spruce trees, so I should just be able to collect up a couple stacks of this stuff pretty quickly. And obviously, I am not going to forget to grab the saplings, so I can just grow these back at our island. Oh, and look at these. These are the wildflowers. Oh, that is so cool. I also want to collect a couple of these up, and that is exactly why I brought the bundles, so I can hold much more in my inventory. Man, I am so bummed. I wish I crafted myself a new diamond shovel because I would have totally collected up 6 or 7 stacks of this coarse dirt, but I guess it's okay because the crafting recipe isn't too hard. Anyways, there's a dark oak forest right next door to the spruce forest, so I'm gonna collect up a couple stacks of this stuff too. Not exactly that I need it for the starter house, but I might as well have it for the future. Oh, and no way, we have an azalea tree right there? That means there's some lush caves below this thing. I really don't want to use my shovel and dig down since I don't have much shovel life. So let's look around and see if there's a cave entrance anywhere nearby. Okay, we got something right here. I don't have any more than just, oh, you're kidding. I'm gonna keep looking around. Okay, that looks pretty promising. Oh no, you're kidding, dude. Why is there gotta be a skeleton? I still haven't crafted myself any armor yet. Oh, no, he sees me. Here, take care of you first. All right, we got him. There's another one right up there. All I'm looking for is that lush cave, dude. Oh my God, I hear that witch. I'm gonna craft some more torches real quick so I can at least start lighting this thing up somewhat. And for now, I'm just gonna collect up all the coal so I can make some more torches, and I need it anyways. You know, I think I'm just gonna... Oh my goodness, he's right there. I'm just gonna get out of here. I really don't want to deal with any mobs right now. I should have made armor way earlier. Ow, dude, what the hell? And on that note, I'm pretty happy with the things I've collected up, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my way back to base. I can always come back at a later time to grab some of the lushness stuff. Thank God I've run into this village because my dumb ass left my bed back in the taiga, or the spruce biome, so at least I'm gonna be able to, you know, sleep in one of these guys' beds. Thank you, sir. And I'm also gonna steal this for the rest of my travels. And have I gone to this village? Is this the one I already looted? Yeah, I think it is actually, because there's no bells. Oh, that also means I overshot the home base, the island. Yep, there we go. I overshot the island by like 200 or 300 blocks, which is fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and clear out my inventory and get all of this stuff put away into here. And then I'm actually gonna get back in the boat, and I don't want to chop any of the trees down right here because I really don't want to screw up the surrounding land. So instead, I went about 150 blocks away from the lake to remove a massive chunk of oak forest. I want to collect up about 6 to 7 stacks of oak logs, which should be more than enough for this starter house, along with maybe one of the other buildings on the island. I also collected up all the birch because I've really enjoyed using birch as a floor, or at least as an interior block in my builds recently. Anyways, don't worry, I did remember to plant a bunch of saplings back down so I can come back here at a later time to chop the trees down again. But the resource collection doesn't stop there because I still need to gather up about 5 or 6 stacks of cobblestone, which I can then smelt into stone. But before I do that, I actually want to use a little bit of the iron I collected up earlier so I can craft myself a full suit of iron armor, because I would really hate to die now that I'm like honestly off to a great start in this world. Continuing on, I made my way over to the large cave from earlier because I want to collect up about 8 stacks of cobblestone, which I will then smelt into stone. I originally was just gonna dig a hole in the side of the mountain, but then I remembered I need quite a bit of coal to smelt all this stuff, so I was sort of just killing 2 birds with 1 stone by collecting the cobblestone along with collecting up any resources I could. I did end up getting lit on fire by this piece of zombie, but that's okay, I survived. Once I had more than enough cobblestone along with about a stack of coal, I then looked around for an andesite deposit and collected up about 4 stacks of this stuff, which I'm gonna use for texturing when it comes to using stone. Oh, dude, look, it's an armadillo. I love, oh, he hid from me. Oh, he's back out. What up, buddy? What up, buddy? Moving on, I want to collect up a couple stacks of clay, which then I will smelt into bricks so I can craft a few pots, which I'm going to use on the starter house, but my shovel quickly broke. And there she goes. Oh, okay. Time to go craft a new one. I am so glad I didn't use my diamonds to craft diamond armor because I had a feeling my tools were going to break pretty early on. Once I had 4 stacks of this stuff, I crafted 4 brand new furnaces and threw all of this clay in to smelt into bricks. And honestly, at this point, I'm about 90% sure I have everything together that I'm gonna need for this house, so I think it's about time to go ahead and get started. Obviously in a time lapse. To start things off, I went ahead and used some oak logs to set up sort of a template for this house, because I want to make sure the house isn't too far to one side of the island or too far backward or too much forward. Once I had the positioning figured out, I got started with the first floor, which is going to be sort of like a basement foundation area, which for the walls I decided to texture with stone and stone brick and used iron bars instead of glass panes. Moving up to the second floor, I was going to texture it with some oak planks along with some stripped oak logs, but I felt it might look like too much is going on if both the first floor and second floor are highly textured. I did make sure to use a bunch of lanterns on this build because I am using shaders, and when there's a dark spot while using shaders, it tends to be very, very dark. And I really wanted to shy away from that by making this build extremely bright. I also plan on putting some hidden lighting in this because I don't want there to be like 30 lanterns. I think it just looks a little funny. So a little bit later, we'll go back through and do that. Anyways, on a different note, I swear to God, I watched like 10 squids kill themselves on the side of this island. Like, what, dude? You're a squid. I feel like you should know how to swim. Anyways, moving up to the roof, I did something I don't normally do, which was using stone brick as a trim. Typically, I tend to use spruce as a trim and deep slate for the majority of the roof, but I really didn't feel like going down into the caves and collecting up a whole bunch of deep slate, and there would have been a lot considering how big this roof actually is. Once I took a step back, the roof was sort of looking like a giant brown blob, so using some stone brick, I added 2 windows on the actual roof, and I brought in some stone brick to add a little bit more depth, and I think this helped a ton. With the house about 95% complete, I wanted to go ahead and build a pathway leading to the front of the island, which is where the main entrance is going to be. Rather than using path blocks, I actually decided to texture it using cobblestone and andesite, and I knew I wanted it to have a rounded shape looking very organic organic, so that's exactly what I did. Furthermore, I made my way over to the nearby forest to collect up a whole bunch of leaf litter that's on the ground, because I think it's going to look really nice to throw this on top of the pathway just to add a little bit more color so it's not looking so gray. Dude, leaf litter might be my new favorite block in this game. It just looks so freaking good on top of this stone pathway. And I feel like I could just keep adding more in, but I don't want to overdo it. Anyways, the starter house is all complete, and I am so happy with how this thing turned out. I was a little concerned that it might be too big for the island, but now that it's all complete, I think it fits like just right. But yeah, dude, it looks so good. I rarely ever use stone brick for like the trim of a roof, and for some reason I decided to do that just because I thought it would look nice like tying in the roof to this like basement area. Anyways, I'm sure there's a few more things I could do to the exterior, but for now I got other things I want to do, like building an interior, which I actually don't want to do, but it needs to get done. So grabbing all of the birch logs I collected up earlier, I began by removing the first layer of dirt on the inside of the starter house, which I'm then going to replace with a checkered pattern using birch planks along with stripped birch logs. Damn it, dude, I'm not gonna have enough birch logs to finish off this entire floor. Oh, I'm only missing 8 pieces. Luckily, since I live right next door to the forest, I was able to run in there and collect up a few birch logs to finish up the floor. But rather than just getting the 8 that I needed, I opted to collect up 2 more stacks in case I needed a little bit later. With those last birch logs in place, I went ahead and got started on the second floor of this interior, which I'm gonna use oak rather than birch for the floor. Rather than doing just one solid floor along the entire thing, I opted to actually leave some openings, which will act as lofts or areas where I can look down to the first floor. Now that I had the first floor and the second floor built, I could start crafting all the necessary things that I want on this interior. For starters, I went ahead and crafted 32 chests, which I'm gonna throw on the second floor, and this is gonna be my storage room for at least the first episode. Moving downstairs directly below where our storage room is going to be is where I built the kitchen. I replaced some of the birch with cobblestone and andesite, and then up against the wall I placed 7 furnaces and a couple of barrels to hold my food. The interior was still lacking some detail, so using large pots I placed those down and then put some oak leaves on top to make these little planters. We still have a huge portion of the downstairs that I haven't used yet, and I'm gonna leave that open for now because eventually we could put our enchantment table over here. Now that the interior is about 90% complete, I can grab all of my items out of the chest on the little piece of land we built and start moving them to the storage area, which is gonna be all sorted. This literally took me 2 days to do. I have no idea why it took so long, but it was a pain in the ass. But at least it's all done now. And I present to you the interior, which could probably be a little bit better compared to some of the things you guys can build. But for me, this is more than I normally do. I typically just don't build interiors like whatsoever. Anyways, downstairs on the left, we have our kitchen, which has some furnaces inside of it, which isn't gonna be the case forever because I do want to build another structure right out here, which is going to be kind of our smeltery building. And then off to the right side of the downstairs is the area I was talking about that I'm just going to leave completely open for now because I'm sure I'm going to want to put my enchantment table down here or something else. As we make our way upstairs, to the left is our storage room, which just has, 13 double chests, which I think should be good for now. We could always add another layer up above, which would definitely help. And then on the other side is our little bedroom, which is just a bed with 2 barrels, lanterns, and some of these planters. Anyways, enough with the starter house. I want to continue this building because I really enjoyed doing this, and I really want to start building this furnace building or even the horse stables, which is actually going to act as animal pens for now because I don't think I have any saddles yet, and I definitely want to have a place for animals. But before I can do any building, I'm gonna need to restock all of my supplies because I'm pretty much out of everything. Hopping in my boat, I'm gonna make my way back over to the large cave from earlier so I can find some more stone from our little quarry. I also am gonna need a decent amount of iron since I'm all out of it so I can craft a whole bunch of lanterns. What started out as just looking for some iron, I ended up all the way in the bottom of the cave from earlier and started exploring around the mine shaft a little bit, eventually coming across an even bigger cave that was full of diamonds. I'm so glad I ended up doing this because after collecting up all those diamonds, I then came across a skeleton spawner. Dude, hell yeah, this is gonna be so big when it comes to building an XP farm, and I'm so stoked at skeletons too because bones are actually useful. Although, what's in the chest? We got some CDs, nothing really else, and then in this one, it looks like we have a Luck of the Sea book, some armor, nothing too great either. I can't really take any of this too because pretty much everything in my inventory I want to bring back home with me. I'm gonna take a quick picture of the coordinates and boogie on out of here. Well, not just yet because I just realized I passed up some diamonds. And that is why you always dig around, because there might be a straggler hanging out. Once I was back up to base, I went ahead and threw half of the cobblestone into the furnaces to smelt into stone and made my way back over to the forest we replanted all the saplings in a little bit earlier. I spent about a day collecting up 6 stacks of oak logs, which hopefully should be more than enough to finish this island, but I guess we're just gonna have to find out. From there, I grabbed all of my spruce saplings along with bones so I can craft it into bone meal and grew a few 2x2 spruce trees, which I'm gonna chop down to get some spruce wood. I wish I could say that is all of the resource collecting finished up, but I really want to build this furnace building out of brick and granite, and if I'm gonna be building with brick, I'm gonna need a whole bunch more clay. Luckily, in the base of this lake/river thing, there seems to be a lot of it. By this point, the cobblestone had all smelted into stone, so then I threw the clay in the furnaces to smelt into brick. I also spent a couple minutes harvesting all of our crops along with the sugarcane, because I want to make sure I have more than enough when it comes to planting fields on our island. Dude, you have got to be f***ing kidding me. Of course I left one log up there. Anyways, I think I am finally ready to start building this furnace house, which is going to go right about here. I just want to make sure I don't have it too close to the starter house or too close to the edge of the island. Getting straight into this build, I spent quite a while trying to figure out the location of this because the roof is going to stick out quite a bit further than the walls, and I want to make sure the roof line isn't touching the roof line of the starter house. Once I did have that figured out, I got started on the first floor, which is pretty similar to the starter house, by just using oak on the corners as posts and then texturing using stone brick and normal stone. And then moving up to the second floor is when I started incorporating the brick and granite. I was really tempted just to use oak for the walls of this build and make it look almost exactly the same as the starter house, but I felt we're gonna need a little bit of difference on the island. And anyways, I'm planning on doing the horse stables with the same block palette as the house. Once I had the structure complete, I then went outside and added a little pathway branching off of our main one, which will connect up to this build. From there, I added in the first field on this island, which is going to be a potato field, and I don't think it needs to be super big for the time being because eventually we're going to build a totally separate location just for large fields. At this point, I was very much so in a building mood, so I decided to go straight into building the horse stables, aka the animal pen, since we don't have horses. Rather than making this build 2 stories like I have with the rest, this one is going to be a single story, but it's going to be up on a 1-block foundation. I think it'll be a nice difference between the rest of the buildings on the island, just to kind of split things up a little bit. For now, there's only going to be space for 2 types of animals inside of this, but when we do switch it over to horse pens, there'll be enough space for up to 5 horses. Though the building didn't stop there though, because I had a small open area in between the starter house and the horse stables, and I felt a small pond would work perfectly here to do some fishing. Although I did learn in one of my previous 100-day challenges that in order to get treasure while fishing, there needs to be a 5-block by 5-block area to fish in. And of course, I was just about to place a carrot field in right here, and I just realized I don't have any carrots, which means it's time to go on a quick adventure looking for another village because the one we've already explored didn't have any fields. I followed the river we went down earlier that led us to the spruce trees, hoping I would find a village, and luckily I did. This village did have a field that had carrots, beetroot, and potatoes. I only really wanted the carrots though, I don't really care about beetroot, and then I ran around looting it like any good man would and made my way back home. Oh, and look at that, our island is really starting to come together. That looks, oh, wrong button. That looks so awesome from right here. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just plant the carrots down right here for now so they're out of the way, and I just need to remember to come back and continue harvesting them so I have more than enough to plant the field in. In the meantime, I do want to plant a wheat field in, and I think that will work perfectly right here because it's a nice big area, so I'll be able to harvest a lot at once. With 2 out of the 3 fields complete and me just waiting for the carrots to continue growing, I decided to start messing around with a few different wall designs that I want to wrap the entire island in. I think the one I'm gonna choose is using all oak logs and stripping every other one, and then throwing some spruce slabs or oak slabs on top of them just to give it a little bit more detail and height. Although the one downside of doing this is that it is extremely expensive considering how many oak logs it uses. I was only able to get the front side of the island complete, so I went ahead and placed some oak saplings down on the island so I can just harvest the trees as I kind of wait around. I also went ahead and planted my bamboo into the right side of the starter house just to get some growing. And to finish things off, I decided to go ahead and till the farmland where the carrot field is going to go and move the carrots from the current place they're growing onto our island, because I know for damn sure I'm gonna forget to replant these if they're not on the island. Dude, not again. I swear to God, it's never ending. The squid just keep coming onto the island and killing themselves. Anyways, this island is really starting to come together. Like, it just looks so freaking cool right now. I would really like to take some bone meal and probably use it around this area just so we can have a little bit of depth by adding in some tall grass and maybe some flowers, but that's gonna have to wait a few minutes until I get some more bones. We do also have this little spot back here, which I think could work pretty well as a sugarcane farm, but I'm not sure. I almost want to leave it open in case I want to put maybe like another building back here, or maybe our mine entrance, which I haven't even started yet. Since it was a pretty big area, I just kind of decided to split it into two separate pieces of land and got started on building a sugarcane farm behind the furnace house. As I said earlier, this farm doesn't necessarily need to be the biggest thing in the world, because in the future we're going to build a completely dedicated area just to our crop farms. And I think sugarcane is in the category of crops. I know it's going to be a huge pain in the ass, but while I'm waiting for the carrots to grow, I might as well get started on bringing some animals over and getting them in their new pens. It just sucks because, you know, like I'm completely surrounded by water and all of the passive mobs suck at swimming. Oh, and you know, have I gotten any leads yet by killing any wandering traders? I don't think I have just yet. Oh, that is such a bummer because it would have made my life so much easier. I'm just going to grab a little bit of wheat and, you know, maybe I'll craft a boat or two because I could just put the animals in boats and bring them over. I just want to find the absolute closest cows to the water. And I think there's one right up there. Yeah. So if I throw this boat down, nope. Okay. Well, that can stay for now. Let me grab that. And then I take you. Can you get in the boat pretty easily? Okay, sweet. That was not too hard at all. And now I just need to get the boat back to our island. All right, buddy. I'm just going to break this and then grab my wheat so you can follow me. Perfect. And then we're just gonna go ahead and put you right into your home that you will probably never leave and you'll just end up getting slaughtered in. With one cow now in the pen, I made my way back over to the savannah to grab another. Luckily, this guy was also extremely easy to get back to the island and into his new pen. Now at least you have a friend, buddy, and I'm just gonna go ahead and breed you two and get me on out of here. Next up, I need to get a few sheep. That's if I can actually find any sheep, because I'm seeing a whole lot of pigs and a whole lot of cows, but none of those fluffy guys. I did end up coming across one brown sheep, which I did the same thing as I did with the cows and brought him over to the island into his new forever home. The second of the sheep was a huge pain in the ass to deal with because the closest one was next to the village, which is like 200 blocks away. So I had to transport him between two different rivers, and on my way back, I ran into a cave that I thought maybe had a skeleton spawner inside of it because there was like 6 skeletons in there. Sadly, there wasn't one, but at least now I have the bones I wanted to use earlier. And there we go. That is 2 sheep and 2 cows, which is enough to breed them, obviously. And I have no more space for pigs or chickens, which actually I don't really care about anyways. I do have those bones I wanted from killing those skeletons, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little bit of bone meal around this area, and that might be a little too much. Get rid of some of these flowers. And then I actually grabbed a couple firefly bushes when I was out, so I'm just gonna kind of place these sparsely around, maybe another right there. And around dusk or nighttime, we're gonna get those really cool particles on the island, which I think will look super nice. While I'm still waiting to grow some more carrots to plant in that entire field, I decided to get started building an interior for the furnace house since I never did that. I kept this thing pretty simple by just having 2 floors. The top floor is gonna have a shitload of furnaces inside of it, so if I ever need to smelt a ton of things at once, I will be able to. Eventually, I would like to add a lava farm maybe nearby so I can fuel the furnaces pretty easily with that. And then for the bottom floor, which is kind of a basement, is just gonna have some storage for any items or smelting goods. Well, there isn't much more for me to do on this island besides wait for these carrots to grow in and finish up this wall that I want to go around the entire outside of the island. So I need to go collect up even more oak logs from the forest we've already chopped down. What's the saying? 3rd time's the charm? Well, let's hope so, because I really don't want to have to do this again since I've already done it 3 times in this world, or at least in this first episode. And there goes my 2nd diamond axe in just episode 1. I swear to God, this should be more than enough logs to finish this entire wall. And if it's not, I'm quitting. I'm over. I'm done. I'm over with it. Once I was back to base, I quickly got started on working on this wall. And luckily, it actually didn't take me very long at all now that I had already decided what design I'm going with. And at this point, I think I'm honestly going to call it for an episode because all I'm waiting on is for the carrots to grow in, and that's something that can be done off camera. Although I think this first episode was amazing. We got so much done, and I am so happy with how the island has turned out. I mean, just look how cool this thing looks from a bird's eye view. It is crazy. I am looking so forward to this series. I think it's going to be such a blast, and I have some huge plans for the next couple episodes. Anyways, if you want to get the world download, it's going to be available on my Patreon shortly, which is still a work in progress, so if it looks looks a little sloppy. That's part of the reason why. And as always, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I will see you in the next one.